Alright, so here's one of the trade that I managed to execute on Monday. So this right here, so pretty much it is like I said, we trade the manipulation and you trade the continuation. So for this one, it would be the manipulation and the continuation in the same session. But, we still got the win, even though it is kind of against the bias. So here it is. Now, if you were to look over here, so pretty much price pulled back, into our gap here, and then tapped into our order block. And also it swept the liquidity right here, the Asia low, kinda the Asia low. Yeah, swept the Asia low, did a change of character right here, and then dropping to the 1 minute change of character. Price did another mini change of character right here, entered based off of this and target this high right here as our draws on liquidity, and pretty much price hit it. Yeah. Now moving on to Solana. I don't think there was a trade here that I took. Yeah, pretty much there's no trade that I could enter in Solana. And yeah, that is everything I had. If we were to look at Euro USD, was there anything? Probably not. Well, if you were to look at right here, just mark this out. Yeah, so if I were to look right here, so pretty much price swept here, swept a bit late. So pretty much it's not a good entry because price is kind of late into the session already. And now if we were to look again, it is already late, so pretty much we're not going to enter. We're just going to wait for New York. But if price was moving like this, somewhat like somewhere around this, and then pre-New York it would sweep like this, and then there a mini change of character, yeah, something like this, and pretty much we're going to enter based off of something right here and target up here. But yeah, but pretty much price didn't go that way, so it is what it is. And yeah, now looking at where we could have taken another trade, so this would be a good example of what I was trying to say. So if you mark this out right here, oh, never mind, it is not a good trade. Why? Because it is a double manipulation. So pretty much I don't trade the double manipulation because it would be hard to determine the bias. Let me just continue looking. Well, this would also be a good trade, but it's I would be a bit hard. Why? So we see the manipulation right here, right? See the manipulation right here, and if we drop onto the 1 minute, see the 3 minute would be better because I probably won't be able to scroll that far. Actually, never mind. There would be no entry. Even though the manipulation looks good, there was no entry at all. So pretty much that was everything for the week. I think we had 2-3 trades. Yeah. And now if we move on to AUD USD, do we see anything? Probably not. Yeah, there was nothing for AUD USD. Let me look from the previous week. Very sweet. Well, this one would be good. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so pretty much price kind of swept this part right here. If we look closely. Mm-hmm. Somewhat right here. So pretty much price swept, didn't do any change of character until somewhat around New York. Price started breaking structure, and it could enter based off of this. So pretty much price broke structure to the upside, indicating a change of character. So this one right here, and then the break of structure to the upside, and also another break of structure to the upside, and then price respects our order block right here, and continue to break more break of structure. So here's what pretty much we could enter based off of this fair value gap right here, and put our stop somewhere below here, and target 1 to 2, relative equal high here, and boom, that would be another win. I mean, if you want to extend the take profit, you could do like make it to Asia high. Now what else? Where else? Any other trades? Wait, not. And yeah, pretty much that was everything. Well, do I have anything else to put on here? Probably not. Well, this one would be good. So this would be the manipulation, but it would also be the continuation in the same session. But I reckon that there was no entry around here. Is there any entry? Well, there is, but it is a bit late, so pretty much break a structure. The downside, a change of character, and order block respected, and continuous break of structure, and many more. So pretty much I could have entered, and target this one right here. But now drop onto the 30 minutes to see if there's anything going on. Well, if we look onto the 4 hour, so this would be our draw liquidity, and also this would be our fair value gap, or inverse fair value gap. So pretty much price sweeps this, taps into our fair value gap. So I'm expecting kind of a bearish move for today or next week, and I'll probably look for London to go something like hold up, fucking out, looking for some London to go something like this, and a change of credit, and pretty much I'll execute my trade targeting something around here. First, we'll wait. What else? Your USDX and your GBP USD. Is there any trade with GBP? So yes, there is. So this was also the same. Asia would be manipulating the price, and if I were to drop onto the lower time frame, I'm still waiting for London to see if there's any reversal during London. So as you can see right here, price is still kind of reversing during the Asia session. So I'm expecting something like this, by London, and then I'll probably enter a trade targeting these lows, because there's more liquidity, but like if price shows a reversal, it's likely price would probably aim for this draws on liquidity right here, but we'll see. We already did this. Okay, now moving on to gold. Is there anything on gold? Whoa, for gold, there's this one right here. Oh, this is a bit late to New York. was still a good entry, but it is a bit late, so pretty much we're not going to enter. Where else? Well, I mean, we can look into this trade too. Relative equal high sweeps. How do I know if it is considered a sweep? So price pretty much swept through this, swept through Asia. And yeah, swept through Asia, and guess what? Move on to the 5-minute. Yeah, pretty much just continue breaking structure to the upside, swept this, and yeah, pretty much moved up. Where else? Is there any trade I could have entered right here? Probably not, because I won't consider this as a sweep. But if I were to move, if I were to look at somewhat over here, I would still consider this to sweep, but still never mind though. Just not gonna go to enter it. Oh, this one, this would be. Oh, I mean, this is a double manipulation. Actually, not really. Something around here. Yeah, something around here. Let me just drop to the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so pretty much price swept here. Oh, this is beautiful. So pretty much price swept here. Did I change the character? Now, if I were to scale down to the lower time frame for an entry, there be any entry? Well, price first of all. Change character right here. The respected hour fill value gap. Also, this one right here, and then I will probably not enter because it would be a bit late to London, so I'll probably just wait till New York. So if I were to enter, I would probably enter somewhat around here. Well, why? Because there's a fair value gap right here, so pretty much you could enter over here, but it would be a bit risky. Like, I won't know where my take profit would be because yeah, it's still a bit hard, but it is what it is. This would be nice, but my trade, I don't really want to enter trade. I mean, late onto a session, but this would still be a good entry though. But nevertheless, we're still not going to enter. Now going back to the 4-hour. Steady entry. London. Oh, this would be a great entry. Hold up. Actually, no, never mind. Price didn't sweep it. Yeah, I think that is everything I have to say for gold. What else? Is there anything for the Solana? Probably not. But London sweeping this draw liquidity. Yeah, this high. I mean this low. New York sweeping. Still no entry. So pretty much I'll just move on as of right now. So yeah.